Welcome everybody to the Rayman Speedrunning tutorial for the PlayStation 1 version. I am joined here with Destabilize, Cronky, Joris and Noe. Together we will guide you guys through every single level and we will go ahead and explain to you all the recommended beginner strats. So if you're a beginner, check out this video. If you're not a beginner and you want to learn the more improved advanced strats, you can check out the other video for that. Or there is also a movement guide if you're interested in all the movement tech in the game. So first of all, you have a choice between memory card and password. Use memory card because in your first runs you will probably not be able to beat the game without going completely game over. So take memory card, so you're always able to save in between to make sure you get through your first runs. So start off with creating a new save file. So if you have a current save file, just remove it, make a new one. And this is where you would also start your timer, by the way. But we're just gonna go ahead and enter. Now the first cutscene of the game, you wanna hold start and then X afterwards. This cutscene is 5 seconds longer, roughly, than the first one when you enter with password. So this is the only time loss in the game by choosing memory card. So you're only gonna lose like 5 seconds. And yeah, that is how we get to Pink Plumwood's screen 1. Also, if you want to check out a full run done with beginner strats, that will also be uploaded to the channel. So check that out if you want to see a fully uninterrupted run of all the strats we advise you. Okay, so for this first screen here, we're just going to be holding right. We're going to be jumping on this flower. Try to jump and land on the left side, so you get boosted to the right a little bit more than normal. Afterwards, hold X, so hold the jump button. And before you grab onto this vine, hold X before grabbing it, so you jump off of the first frame. That is called a vine boost and is also covered by the advanced tutorial and the movement guide. So vine boost here, then just keep going normally, jump on these platforms and hit the end sign. Okay, so for this screen, you just want to keep holding right for as much as you can. You go over these platforms here. Then here you want to do a vine boost, and here once again, so which is holding jump just before grabbing it. Then here you want to do a tap jump over this living stone, and then just do full jumps all the way. After you fall off of the plum, hold X once again to do a vine boost, and you land on this platform here. Whenever I mention tap jump, it is hitting the jump button for as low amount of time. Whenever I mention a full jump, it is hitting the jump button as much as you can. Because there is actually varying jumps here you can do in Rayman. And then we hit the end sign. Then we have the Padilla screen. She will give you your fist power up. And you just move on and hit the end sign later. Just keep holding right, punch the plum off, jump on it, and hit the end sign. Alright, for this final screen here, you want to hit this cage and actually make sure to punch while in the air, because then you do double damage and you get the cage on the first punch. But the only really thing that is important is to just keep holding right the whole time once again. So you'll be holding right the whole time. You can jump punch this living stone here. Then you walk off of this platform. And after that, you do 2 jump punches, which is pressing jump and punch at the same time. Then you want to be jumping to this vine. And you want to do a vine boost. And then before you reach the next vine, you want to do a punch. So you beat this enemy. And then you want to do another vine boost on this one. And then hit the cage. Afterwards, you want to be holding jump to jump on this platform. Then we just move on. Then in the air, punch here to kill this living stone. And then you can just jump over these little ones. And then for this next part here, we're gonna just crawl underneath the hammer and jump over here, vine boost, and hit the cage on the way down, so you hit it immediately without losing time, and that is Pink Plumwood's done.
Alright, so now moving to Anguish Lagoon. Just a quick note, you might be tempted to spam X or something to enter the next level, but just know you can literally buffer your entry in the level, so when you're in between two levels, just hold X to buffer into the first level, next level. Alright, so this is Anguish, start by holding right, then at this point, jump to kill this guy, and try to jump as much on the left of this platform as possible. The reason for that is that it will spawn a cycle and make it better and faster. Then, to keep going on this pump fast, jump punch as late as possible, so that you hit it and jump on it at the same time. Then simply jump on the next one, jump on this floor and directly to the top, no need to go on the right one, just full jump. Then here, jump punch the cage, and make sure to just not get hit by this armor that is coming on you. Then the rest is pretty basic, just jump here, and for this hunter you want to crawl for a second, otherwise you will get hit by the armor. And then jump over the hunter and turn left mid-air, right mid-air, my bad, to get a boost to the left. Alright, so now time for the first boss fight. If you're on low HP, you can take the P. Otherwise, just hold left entering into the screen. You will walk a little bit on the plum, but that's no biggie. Then stand right on the left of this tree, and you want to hit Bizet as much as possible in the middle of the screen, because he will do that animation to get back in the middle of the screen. So if you hit it far from the middle of the screen, it will take him a lot of time to get back. He will do 2 normal hits like he just did, and now he's gonna always come from the left. So stand on the right and jump punch him. He will do that 2 times. And then move to the left of the screen. And now, when you see him disappear from the top of the screen, start walking right. And when you get to the tree, full jump, and when you're at the top of your jump, punch. This last hit can be a little bit tricky, but if you follow this should always work. Okay, so this screen is the first auto-scroller, but even though it's an auto-scroller, you can optimize it quite a bunch, because the screen moves at different speed. But the time this speed triggers is based on Rayman position and not the camera position. So when the screen is about to go slower, you're going to want to be on the left of the screen to trigger it as late as possible. And when it's going to go faster, you want to be on the right to trigger the fast auto-scroller as early as possible. So it will take a little bit of time to memorize, but eventually it will become natural. So let's play through it. To begin with, make sure to take these lives. This will make it easier to not game over. You can grab a bunch of fists. Also, you can grab this P right here by just taking damage and then taking it. It's pretty easy. Make sure to charge your punch to hit this cage, otherwise you might fail to break it. So yeah, as you see, the screen just went slower and Texo was on the left, so he saved time doing that. Another life, if you stand right here in the screen, you can spawn a life and go back in time to take it. It's gonna go faster again, so stay on the right of the screen. Right here, now it's gonna go slower, so stay on the left. And back on the right, and it's faster again. And now just hug the right side of the screen. Grab some things, avoid the spikes. And at the very end, right here, move a little bit back. Because again, the screen will go a little bit slower. So if you hug the right side of the screen, it will be slower. Okay. Time for second Betila, you'll get Hang power up. Really nothing to point out here. It's not gonna kill too many of your runs. Just make sure to buffer your jump on this Hang. We'll go a little bit faster. And you're done with Anguish Lagoon.
Alright, our next level will be the Swamps of Forgetfulness. Now, we could go Bongo Hills at this point, but instead it is faster for us to finish up the forest first because we need ring grabbing abilities, so Swamps of Forgetfulness it is. Alright, so we'll be entering this, and now we want to be actually holding jump So when we spawn in, we can punch the clothing of Tarrazin down as fast as possible. And at this point, it's going to trigger a little cutscene, and you want to make sure to be positioned correctly here, because he's going to drop this seed. And you want Tarrazin to drop it like right on top of you, so you grab it instantly. Now, spam X right here to skip the cutscene, and then start holding circle, so you plant the seed on the first frame possible. Alright, this is going to start the auto-scroller, where we can plant the seed and go up. Now, this auto-scroller is actually really easy with some practice, because you have a lot of time. You don't need to go fast at all. You can take your time with everything here. Make sure to get these cages. There's 2 of them right here. Other than that, yeah, there's gonna be some plum swinging cycles that you want to catch, but you get like 2 to 3 attempts at them, so even if you miss it, you can wait and grab the next cycle before you die. So yeah, overall, very easy screen right here. Now, at the end, there is a little specific thing you want to do. Right here, you want to make sure to trigger this hunter to shoot his bullet, and you want to hang right there. Now, wait for the hunter to shoot, and then when he, like, after the bullet flies by, that's when you can start moving to the left. So right there, and make sure you don't get hit by that, and then try to go up as fast as possible right here. This is the only point where being fast can help. And right before touching the end sign, there's a life that spawns right there, which you can grab if you feel necessary. Okay, so this next screen right here is going to be our first tricky screen. Now, we'll try to stick to as easy strats as possible. We'll leave the hard or more optimized stuff for a later video. But the way we're gonna play it is like just try to grab the speed fist at the start by doing a tiny jump, and then you can wait for this living stone to move out of the way and drop down and punch him as you drop down like this. Now next up you can just keep doing jump punches and move on like that. Then we can jump through the ceiling if we jump late enough right here, and just keep holding right like that. And then next up, you want to do a jump punch to punch down this plum, jump on top of it, and then at the edge, jump again, and you should be able to catch this flower cycle. Okay, right here, jump punch as you're walking down this slope. Then make sure your fist hits the plum. And then as you jump, you want to keep holding punch. So you punch again, then duck. And make sure your fist hits the plum on its way back. Then walk off the plum, kill the anti-toon, jump on top of the plum, spawn this cage in right here, punch the cage, and there you go. Next up, we jump on top of this lily, go to the top, punch up this plum off the top of the screen, and punch it in the water on the right side. Then keep charging your fist so you can hit this cage as early as possible and go back to the left. Jump on the lily and on top of the swinging plum, and then walk your way to the end sign like that. Alright, with this screen, right from the get-go, while loading in, you want to actually be holding jump, because you want to jump on top of this plum and then go climb the vine. Now, the fastest way to climb these vines is by jumping left and right, and just keep spamming jump, and just it should look somewhat like that. Now, on top of this, you want to jump to the left. Make sure you're not too low on this, but you also don't have to be too high. So jump to the left. This will hit a spawn trigger for the cage. Now, what you could do is try to hit the plum before you hit the cage, but otherwise just hit the cage. Well, after landing, do a jump punch. Hit the cage like that, then punch the plum. And then punch this to the right, or stand on top of it and punch it like that. Keep ducking so it hits on its way back. Now you want to kind of pray to get good speed here, because there's a jump you have to hit here. This jump can be tricky and annoying. But if you have enough speed, you should be able to make this jump, then go on top of this. We're going the stop route because there's going to be a cage to the right. Now, so let's just move right here to the right. just do this blind jump. There will be a couple of platforms that spawn in. Jump to the like the fourth platform, or like, yeah, jump on top of this one, and then from there you can just instantly jump and make it to the swinging plum. Like that. Now wait on this one until you're on the right side, then jump off of it and punch this cage. Now what you can do here is drop down like that, and then you could do a little jump and then vine boost off of these. Now if this is somehow too tricky for you, you could just go top route and drop down from the top like that after getting the cage. So just walk to the right like this and then jump, or like just drop down here.
So next we go to Moskito's nest. Here, for that first section, want to hold right and jump punch this plum as soon as you can. Feel free to mess around with the timings, but the sooner it goes into the water, the sooner it will start to move. Then these cycles are always the same, so you can practice jumping over those spike fruits. And there you want to jump as soon as you can. Once again, make sure to, like, where the plum is right now, you can jump pretty safely and hit the platform. But you can experiment with those timings. There's another plum you want to hit as early as you can. And here, there are a couple of tricky jumps that you can do over those piranhas. But if you don't feel comfortable with those jumps, what you can also do is turn to the left while on the plum, and then go back right, and the cycles will line up better. Like this, yes. Then charge up your fist and hit this cage as soon as you see it on the screen if you have a speed fist. Now if you died before, you probably won't have a speed fist, and that means that you will have to wait a bit more to reach the cage. Now this photographer is a good one to take. Photographers in this game, they take a picture of you, and then when you die it's basically a checkpoint. So now there is a cool plum strat that you can do. So just to the left of that photographer there's a small plant, and you can jump here and hit the plum from here, and then once the plum is bouncing, like after it bounced, you can jump, then punch it again to fall on the plum. And that's the setup. Yeah, and that is the setup that will allow you to do a cool jump later on. You need to jump right before the plum bounces, basically, on the next bounce. And you can have an extra bounce and go on this platform here. Now from there you can use the next plum as well to have some faster movement. So just jump over the enter. And yeah, go on that plum, turn left. Here you want to jump, otherwise the plum will fall on the water. And here you can spam punches to the left to make the plum go faster. This enemy you want to hit on the lips. If you hit it somewhere else, like it won't be defeated and you won't be able to go through it without getting damaged. So yeah, hit it on the lips, then you can jump once on that red flower, but then don't worry about it anymore. Just yeah, go on that platform and then you can clip through the left part of the upper platform. That's a bit faster. And there you are at the end sign. So for this screen, what you want to do is you want to buffer your first inputs to the left. So you want to buffer X and left so that you hang on that platform. And from there you want to turn around so that you spawn the cage and hit it in the air. From there, you just want to wait for this flower cycle. By the way, there is way harder strats to get better cycles that will be covered in the advanced tutorial. But for now, just don't worry about it, just wait, take it safe. And here after this flower you want to hang here, go to the left and go back to the right to that other swinging flower. Yeah, here do these jumps. If you need, you can do small pauses to help. Here, where the cage is, you want to turn to the left, and that's a camera optimization. So the camera is gonna go and show the left of the screen, and it's gonna reset a swinging plum cycle. You want to do that because it's faster, and also because that way you get the same cycle every time. So go a bit to that position, turn to the left until the screen is all the way to the left, then go back to the right, jump over that swinging red fruit, and then the swinging plum is gonna be there every time. So jump on it, and from there jump on that red flower and then that pink flower, wait, and then just do these jumps, wait on the third one as well, this one. Then you can just hold right for the rest of this section. Here, you want to kill that hunter, first of all, and then you want to not hit the end sign. If you hit the end sign here, you will miss the cage, and that's pretty much reset the run at this point. What you want to do is jump, punch that plum, and then punch it a couple times to have it go to the left. And then once it's there, you want the plum to be in the water so that you can punch this cage, and now you can hit the end sign. So this next screen is an auto-scroller, but this one we cannot optimize. So what we advise you to do is to stay somewhat in the middle of the screen. This first part, it goes slow, so it's gonna be way easier. I guess here you can start being more on the right of the screen because it's gonna trigger to go fast, but it's no biggie if you don't. So yeah, here it goes faster, but you can get a bit more back to the middle. When you see these mushrooms, that means that there's gonna be this section afterwards with those anti-tunes. They can be annoying at first. And here just vine boost until the end. Now this screen doesn't have too much going on either. Just go to the right, kill the enemies as you go, make a pause here, and then jump on the swinging plum once it goes there. And then you can do a small pause afterwards here to avoid those piranhas, and then just go right, and at the end of this section you can do 2 vine boosts. And that is this screen. So yeah, this boss, it has no RNG, it's gonna do the same hits every time. So the first 2 are quite similar to the ones of Bizet. Then you want to be to the left, that way he will drop his fruits as he comes over you. Yeah, then he's gonna come from the top, then go to the left again, to the right, to the left, and to the right. He's gonna come from the left, then he's gonna come from the top again. And here, he's gonna have his big fruit, so you want to duck, and you want to avoid hitting him here. It's gonna make hits later faster. So here you hit him, and since we skipped that previous hit, he's gonna hit you twice in a row from the top, which is faster. Then go to the left to avoid the fruit, to the right, then you want to duck, and he's gonna come from the right. Then you want to duck, he's gonna have the big fruit. Then he's just gonna come from the top. And then the final hit, it's once again, go to the left, go to the right, duck, and here you want to hit him as soon as you can when he's off screen. So here you can hit him off screen and he will just play his animation to go up, except you don't see him, but it's gonna be faster. So after beating the boss, you meet Bettilla again. Once she gives you the power to grab rings, you can jump to the left to hang on that platform that you see, and then from that platform, you can jump and grab the first ring. Then you can jump, hold right to grab the third ring directly, skipping the second. And with that, it's the forest completed. You won't have all of the cages, but that's completely normal. We are going to grab them later when it's faster, and we're gonna head off to Bongo Hills.